would like to support the channel. Also, you can do it by way of Patreon, Anchor, the clothing store, and also the shoe shop that is listed in the comment description below. And again, thank you to any and all of you guys who have been here to support this channel during the 2+ year period. I wouldn't be able to do what I do every single day without you.
I can't say it.
You got to.
It say take a shot if you like golden showers. I do.
Golden showers, meaning when the guy on you everywhere, you like it?
Now, I want people to realize that the reason that you're seeing this old footage again, which some people think, oh, this is old, this is old. The reason why you're seeing this old footage is a simple reminder as to what was, right, and what still is, and how it is very possible and easy for a woman that has a platform, that has an image, and another woman that has a platform and an image deciding that they want to talk about these things, and then said woman who stated that she likes these things turns around and said, oh yeah, it was a false narrative, right? So she, for months, she allowed this narrative, right, to be spun, to be directly out there for the longest time possible. And now she comes out and states, oh yeah, that was false. I was just lying. I was just saying it, just to get some sales towards whatever it is that I didn't even know that she was even selling anything. So what are we even talking about here? Like, you're selling what? A card game? What card game? What card game were you really selling where it just made you, let's say, $50 million? What card game was that? Because I never heard of it. And again, she was spinning this narrative, and then she was also having other women try to engage or encourage other women to engage in this. At no point in time was she like, hey, this is just something that she likes to do. I don't recommend other women to, directly go out there and do that. I'm not trying to make this the new wave or anything like that. Like I said, both of these women were putting this directly out there for other women to eat up. Just like the same thing when SEIJIHITO or Sexy Red decides that they want to go out there and rap and want to have all these provocative lyrics, and they putting these things directly out there to women, to the young women out there. And then at any moment in time, they could just turn around and say like, oh, that's not my image. That's not me. I just did it for the music. Right? And they can just live happily ever after. But yet the women who decided to sign up and agree with their narrative, now they're marked for life, because everybody knows what it is that they like to do. Because they went out here and told people on Facebook, on Twitter, that they like to do these things because they got the narrative from another woman that they decide to follow the lead of.
Ladies, this one is for you. Did you know that the billionaires out here is checking for us black women? Baby, whole time we're thinking we're unloved out here. The billionaires is checking for us. We was just in the wrong tax bracket, baby. Did y'all hear that Ben Horowitz, I think that's his name, said that black women are for grown men? Black women are for grown men. And then they said billionaires prefer black women. What? We are loved out here. I feel like I should bring a little sunshine to this gloomy ass day out here to y'all. Okay? But yeah, we are checked for. Okay, we just was looking in the wrong tax bracket. We was trying to, be down for the cause with these. But the black billionaires was checking for us. They checking for us, y'all. Okay, anyways, yeah. I just hope y'all have an amazing day. I'm out here walking my dog, yeah.
So this is an oldie but a goodie. And again, some people are going to say, oh, this is old, this is old. Well, it doesn't matter. It's the fact that you had umpteen women online who are black that decided to run with this narrative. And it was a false narrative to the point where the billionaire himself, who does have a black wife, came out and stated that, hey, I never said this. This was a complete fictitious thing. This was a complete misquote, however you want to sit up there and put it. And I also put in a cease and desist to that woman. Matter of fact, I never even spoke to that woman. Right? And that's what the billionaire stated. But even though the billionaire came out and cleared the air, you still had whole bunches of black women that wanted to run with this narrative all over Twitter, all over IG, all over TikTok, looking like complete fools, and then wanting to get mad at people when they point out the truth that this billionaire never said this, that billionaires aren't saying this. And it's crazy. So magically, when guys come out and give the truth, the ordinary guys are the bad guys. not the person who fed and told you this lie, who gave this lie to you, this whole narrative of which you decided to believe in. And then on top of that, again, like I said it before, the craziest part is the math is not mathing. So you got all of these black women that believe this, but yet you only got a certain low out of what, 7 to 8 billion people. You have a very low percentage of men that are in the billionaires club. And for whatever reason, you think that all of these billionaires are solely going to be coming down to the black community, to whatever hoods, whatever it is, to solely just swoop in and just like marry you up. Now, how many black women, mathematically speaking, would actually get selected if that even was the case? A very low percentage, because there's a very low percentage of billionaires directly out here. So I'm like, how is it possible you get hyped up on the billionaire part, but then you skip over the dudes with the millions or the hundreds of millions of dollars? So I'm like, the math is not math. So I'm like, it has to start with a B in order for it to be positive. But I can also think of another word that starts with that people swapped around and wanted to turn that into a positive. So I guess that in a sense really makes sense on why it is that it has to be a billionaire, right? Maybe just me. Maybe I'm far reaching. I don't know. Y'all can let me know in the comment section. So in this last video, this is the reason why you cannot specifically buy things off the street, because you don't know who anybody is. You don't know what it is that anybody has. You clearly saw this woman with her bare hands chopping up the watermelon. She's in a subway station. And I want to note, there's not anywhere down there of cleanliness. You got the train cars moving to and from. You got all types of air and bacteria moving around down there. All types of dust of which you can't sit up there and see. You got people coughing and sneezing and talking and spitting. You got all of these things transpiring. And then you have this naked fruit that is down there. Not just the fruit that's naked, the woman's hands are naked as well. And not only that, she then decided that she wanted to clean off the rest of the watermelon, eat that up, fine, no problem. And then she threw that into the trash. And then she decided to put her mouth and her tongue directly on the knife and lick the juices or whatever left was on that knife. And then she proceeded to go back and cut the watermelon. This is what I'm talking about. This is why you can't buy food from everybody. This is why I completely understand, at least in America, why there needs to be licensing when it deals with people that want to serve food. This is why I get it. Because this is how you have hepatitis A get thrown and passed all around. I'm not sure if people ran into any of that before or heard about those stories, but I cover those stories quite a bit. And I cover the stories where it dealt with restaurants specifically passing out hepatitis A to whoever it is that was just so happening to eat that food, because all it took was one person who was infected in order to give that to a vast amount of other people. If you don't believe me, go look up these stories. Just Google hepatitis A in American restaurants. Just type that in and see what it is that you get. This is why it is very important for rules and regulations. And I'm not saying that that's going to 100% stop it, but it will hold people accountable. Because at no point in time should anything like this that we were able to witness on this video, should it ever be condoned, should it ever be okay, should it ever be out in the open for everybody to see and think that it's all right to do. It's not. It's dangerous and it's completely nonsensical and crazy that things like this are allowed at this moment in time. If I myself, as an American, wanted to roll out here in the streets and I wanted to start selling food, you know how many quote-unquote violations I'll be breaking. You know how the police will be called on me immediately if I decided to sit up there and do that. It wasn't that long ago that you had black kids having a lemonade stand and people wanted to call the police directly on the black kid having a lemonade stand. Just imagine that. Water, sugar, lemonade. But supernaturally, they wanted to call the police on him. Amazing, isn't it? So amazing. But yet you have things like this that happen directly in New York in subway stations.
Stem cell technology that Peter and I are investing in is called SCNT, which takes the egg of a young, perfect woman specimen, takes the egg and takes out the nucleus and puts our DNA in the nucleus. They just go ahead and take it out.
It's painful, right?
Huh?
Is it painful? Jesus.
Yeah, and this is part of this genetic greatness that we don't see in any other race on the planet. These curvy, sexy black women from Africa. You girls have a kind of a monopoly on this genetic perfection, and we want some of that. So, girls, for $100, we would pay you for your egg.
$100?
Monkey. So how much do you want for it? Let's bid. I bid $500 for Hito. Whatever I bid, he's going to outbid me. I bought about $60,000 worth of eggs. Yeah. If you have abortion, that's very valuable. Umbilical cord, and placenta, even your period blood is so rich with stem cells. We regard it as waste, and it actually should be. It should be captured as recycled, and it shouldn't go to waste. It's life for somebody else, and it's life for mankind. The best eggs are 16 to 18 years old. Those are the best eggs. As you get older, your eggs get weaker and weaker.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So you may not be our top candidate.
No, that's fine. I think that was my business anyway.
You know what? Going back a previous video, I take back what I said because I had to give myself a reminder and a refresher course on a little bit of history that, I forgot myself, even though I did do a video and I did cover it. And again, this is coming from Black Man, of which people tend to say that, oh, you hate black women and no. And yet I try to send out these little, bat signals, these reminders, that the people that you deem to be the most wanting of you want you for a specific reason. And you literally, and these guys are actually billionaires. These are what billionaires look like, right? And they're like, hey, we like your genetic material. Like, hey, your body it looks, so immaculate, so great. Your genetics, you guys are the only ones that have this specific type of genetics. And no, they have all of these black women there. One of the black women technically realizes the conversation, and she disagrees with the conversation with her face. She's not even looking up really, and she's consistently looking down, just listening, while the other ones are sitting up there cackling, laughing, and all this other type of stuff. Like I said before, but it is what it is. A woman is going to do what a woman wants to do at the end of the day. Those women I don't know what they had to go through in order to get a seat, to be around those billionaires. I'm pretty sure they had to sacrifice a lot, especially from themselves, in order to go from room to room to room, to man to man to man, up until the point that they finally made it to the Billionaires Club. They're finally where it is that every woman wants to be, around rich guys that can just give them this life of which they don't have to do nothing but sit there, do vacations, take pictures, and go around the world, and that's it. This is what that looks like. This is where all of that sacrifice that these black women online were trying to, oh yeah, the billionaires, they're checking for us, they're checking on us, they really want us. Yeah, black women, yeah, you're right. Those billionaires, they do want you, but they don't want you, they want your genetic material. That's it. And it's the exact same thing that I have books directly on, that I've read about. The history of black women and what it is that they've had to go through. But for whatever reason, black women are following the words of debaucherous individuals. They're following the words of men of other nationalities, as I've stated before, which don't actually mean them any type of well-being at all. And yet here we are. Here we are. It's crazy how this works. And then a moment of time, if you're a black man and you're trying to put this directly out there, people want to deem you as a hater. People want to deem you as you're trying to devalue, or you're trying to pigeonhole on black women, trying to keep them there, trying to scare them away from better pastures. Realistically, I don't care. It is what it is. Go out there and be great in your lavender. Go out there and find you a billionaire, but don't come crying back or trying to send bat signals, trying to warn other people, because it's going to be too late. Because the same black woman, once you get that wake up call and you realize what it is and what it is that you got to sacrifice in order to get there, and you want to send out this bat signal to other black women warning them, those black women are not going to listen, because they're like, well, that's your problem. That's you. I'm smarter than you. And the same thing isn't going to happen. So it's going to be the exact same thing. It's going to be a rinse, wash, and repeat. And I'm just going to sit there and watch. That's it, because that's all I can do. Again, like I said before, I can't save people who don't specifically want to be saved. Right? I can't save people who can't acknowledge that they are actually in a situation of which they need saving from. And I especially can't save people of who put themselves into said situations, because all you're going to sit up there and do is turn around and try to villainize the person that saved you and run right back to the captor. I don't got time. I don't got time. And like I said, people can feel about it however they want to sit up there and feel about it. People can say whatever they want to say about my videos. Like I said, this is why I like recording stuff and putting it directly out there, because at least I know I have a record of the things that I have done, or at least tried to do. I can't speak that way for other people that just like to run their mouths and talk in the comment section. But anyways, speaking of the comment section, let me know what you think about this video and everything that I stated in the comment description below. Not sure if YouTube is going to have a problem with this video or not. Chances are they will. I'm not sure why they would, but it is what it is. So again, if you support the channel, you know what to do. And leave a comment and tell me your full thoughts on each of the videos, and also on my opinions on everything that you were able to hear.